Today I'm making a beer can coping. I am using Coors Light cans. They're 12 ounces, and to me they're like different than a normal beer can. Like, it's not as fat, it's a little taller and a little slimmer. That's why I'm using the Coors Light cans. I actually got this video from Jumbo. They're like some dudes who like rollerblade and they do DIYs. Like they fucking rip. Like, fuck it. Like, I'm not really wanting to be like, oh fuck a BMXer, fuck a rollerblader, like whatever, man. Like, they're ripping, fuck it. So yeah, I got this idea from Jumbo pretty much. They're using White Claw cans, the 12 ounce ones, but like I said, I'm using the Coors Lights. And all you're gonna need is your can of choice, concrete, water, a shovel, something to mix in, some heavy duty gloves, like box cutter type of knife with the utility knife in it, maybe a drill. You don't really need one. My mama used one. Some masking tape and some screws, some bolts actually. I got some hex bolts, 1/4 inch by 4 inches. Pretty much I'm just gonna be using these to put them in like the middle of the can, and then you fill up the can with concrete. And obviously when you peel the aluminum from the concrete, it will be like a little coping. And this is basically an anchor to like whatever you're gonna anchor it to. So that's why I got the bolts. You're pretty much just gonna start cutting open these cans, just the top of it. You want to make it as clean as possible. Mine's are looking a little rough, but it is what it is. So pretty much you just want to get on your gloves, because you're dealing with a sharp blade, and then you're cutting aluminum, which is also sharp when you cut it. And you just don't want to slice yourself open with these sharp ass blades. It's not fun. So we're pretty much just gonna start poking like holes with it. Pretty much try to get, you just want to try to get right on the rim of that little lid. Kind of want to slice at an angle too a bit, or poke at an angle. There you go. Start getting some real. Sometimes you could slice it a bit, but it's kind of hard to do the aluminum. You also want to take care of the cans as much as you can. Don't really get dents in it. Honestly, the gloves, I think it is kind of, you should use gloves, but it's kind of easier without using the gloves, just because you have more control. So if you're doing this, just be careful. See how it's way easier? So it's kind of like, I have snips with me because I just have some, but you don't need it, but it does help, especially at the end. And this part I put my gloves on. I just kind of like try to like get it straight. Make sure any like dings, you kind of like push them out. Across the line. See? Instead of dealing with all that, I'm just gonna. And I tried to use the snippets to actually start trying to like poke a hole and then cut it, but it's better just to slice it and then use them like at the end. But yep. Pretty much same thing right here. Pretty much now you're just putting in a bolt through the middle of the can. I screwed some holes in all the middle of the cans, but you don't have to do that if you don't have a drill. You can use the screw. I just did it to make it easier, but Yeah, you're pretty much just putting the screw in the middle, the bolt, I mean. And you don't want it to touch the end of the can. You just want to like touching like right before, like even a little bit more back, because all it is going to be, the concrete's going to mold to it when you fill this with concrete. And when you peel the aluminum, this is what you're going to use to anchor it to whatever you're anchoring it to. So see, like I said, drill the hole in the middle. Now I'm just kind of like turning it in there. Like I said, not a little bit more, just like half an inch or a quarter inch away from the from the other side of the can. Yeah, so I'm not going to use the tape because looks like the concrete won't leak out and it's pretty secure in there. So yeah, I'm not using the tape. I guess it might just depend too on what kind of bolts or screws you're using. I'm using some more heavier duty ones with threads that are almost pretty much to the top of it, so should be good. I mean, I guess you could say this is kind of janky, but it's DIY. And then I did see the coping from the other video, so I think it came out pretty sick. Especially you just sand it down with a rub brick and lacquer it up. It grinds like freaking butter. It reminded me of like pool coping, so which is the reason why I want to do this. And I was thinking about building it at my recent DIY, but I don't know if that one's gonna last. Probably like a few months, but this is gonna be like me putting money into something pretty big, so I would want it to last. And I do have a spot where like everything that I built is still there after like a year, so I think I'm gonna build at that old ditch spot. But I wish I could build it at the new spot, but nah, I think they'll tear it down. And I don't know. Like I would say, like if I was to like charge for the coping, it would be for sure like just with materials and not me like making a price. It would be like, I don't know, maybe like $2 or $3 for a piece of coping. And I have 18 here, that adds up quickly, you know. And then what? I'm gonna need the cinder blocks, some like construction adhesive, all this other stuff, and it just adds up, you know. So if I am building, for me building this, like I do want it to last. So I do think I am gonna build at the old ditch spot. It's right here by my house, so it's not too much of a hassle. But so now it's time to pour some Crete. I got a 60-pound bag. I would not be using all of this for sure. I don't even know. Probably just like one little pile. You could use a lot of things to mix, but I would say that the tray is the best because it keeps it isolated and definitely more clean. And if you're going to be doing DIYs, I would invest in getting one. If you're going to be doing DIYs, I suggest that you probably should get one. I got it from Lowe's. I forgot how much, but it was not really too expensive. So yeah, let's get mixing. So pretty much I'm going to be smoothing out the sides with the massage gun. If you don't have one, you could use a drill. I guess like the side of it. That's what they did in the video, so. So this is like, I want to say like a little more than 10 hours after pouring the Crete into the cans. I'm starting to peel off some of them. It's looking good. I kept them in the shade. The sun has not hit them. So pretty much all you do is You peel the aluminum from the concrete, you're gonna pretty much get this. And I'm gonna put this in a bucket of water for 9 days, all of them, and that's gonna cure it way better. It's gonna make them stronger. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, peeling off the cans, I've just like used my snips to like cut like slices in the top and starting to peel it. I would recommend using gloves because I did cut myself a little bit right here. It's whatever, but it fucking does. It does. When you slice yourself, it hurts for a bit, but I'm not gonna show it because if you got this far in the process, if you should know how to fucking do this, you know. Obviously, I'm using the razor blade too, some snips. You'll figure it out. Obviously, use some gloves as well if you can. Yeah, like I said, gonna let these cure for 9 days in a bucket of water, and that should be good. On the jumbo video, they said a month, but then I watched another video yesterday, and the guy said 9 days, and that's like the longest that it will cure in the water, and that's as strong as it will be. So, I mean, I'm pretty stoked. Came out pretty nice. I mean, it feels smooth as well. Like, it doesn't even feel rough. Like, so for sure when I set it and then lacquer it up, oh man. But you can kind of see like the idea, like, and obviously you fill in the cracks with like mortar. It's gonna be sick. Pretty stoked, can't wait. Fuck yeah.